Good afternoon, Blackhawk family. Steve Webster here. Another Wednesday afternoon, talking to you here from my office at church. And I've mentioned to a lot of you over the course of the last few weeks that people ask me often, because they're kind. I mentioned it from the pulpit even recently too, that people ask me, how you doing? And it's just part of nice people making pleasant conversation. And I ask them in return. And I think I don't know how to answer a lot of times these days. I don't know how to respond honestly without getting it, without things being bogged down into a lot of really heavy emotion that maybe I just don't want to deal with all the time. I'm thinking about Psalm 42, and the psalmist says in Psalm 42, verse 3, "My tears have been my food day and night. They say to me all the day long, where is your God?" And friends, I think a lot of us are just in that place. We're in that place where we feel very scared, maybe just sad and anxious. And Psalm 42, like a lot of things in the Psalms, it gives us permission to be sad, to be anxious, to be scared, but doesn't want us to stay there. And so the next verse, he says in verse 4, "These things I remember as I pour out my soul." And he talks about how he would go into worship and he would hear the truth, and the truth would change him. And so it's important to be honest about our feelings, that we have this whole range of emotion that we have to live with day by day, but we have to always bring information to our feelings to condition them. And it's important for me to do that because I can get swept up in all of it and live that way. And it's okay to be sad and to be anxious and to be scared, but God would say to us that I need to bring information when those things are the case. I own my feelings and then I move forward. Then he says in verse 5 of Psalm 42, "Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you in turmoil within me?" And I certainly understand that. I certainly understand the sentiment of being downcast in my soul and things being in turmoil within me. And the importance in Psalm 42 of talking to yourself, telling yourself the truth. He says, "Hope in God, for I will again praise him, my salvation." So the psalmist gives us permission to be honest about our emotions, and you find the whole range of human emotion in the Psalms, but he is always careful to not leave himself there or to let us think that we can stay there too. So hope in God, rest in him, understand your own sadness, your own anxiety, your own fear. And in those places, cry out to him. The Psalms are full of all kinds of other language too, like God is a strength and a shield and a high tower into which we can run. And so in anxious, fearful, and sad times, I encourage you, friends, to cry out to God in the manner that the psalmist does, to hope in God, to trust in him for your salvation. Certainly for your salvation if you don't have a relationship with him, but certainly for your salvation even day by day. Salvation from the things that sweep us away into places that we probably shouldn't otherwise be. Thank you, dear friends. I love you. And hang in there. Hope in God. Be honest about your emotions and bring information to those emotions day by day. We'll see you soon.